Test.
All right, we are live.
Any better?
Awesome. You're still a little low there for me, Mark, but I don't know if that's just TeamSpeak or
How about now?
that's
Yeah, that's
very
louder.
clear.
How about now?
That sounds pretty good.
Okay, just up in the gain.
Well, first, gonna apologize to everybody for being late. We're having some technical difficulties and accidental misses, apparently.
And social difficulties?
Sure,
guess.
we'll go with that one too. Welcome to episode 16 of the second season of our GURPS Action game. Before we get started, I wanted to double check to determine if there was any point expenditures being or taking place.
Oh, I think I'd done one last week.
As it does seem we're at least going to be starting with one player out. He's totally gonna come in really late. Go, oh, dude, I'm sorry. I thought I told you guys.
Well, at least it was the one that was missing last week.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we're sorry. You got shot in the head.
And eaten by it. Don't call them zombies. Okay, so last week, the session began with a firefight. Well, actually, the entire session was a firefight. The concern that I believe it was um, Brooks and Baum, the lovely country music duo, their initial fight with the infected crazy lady everybody was worried that their fight with her was going to alert the operators guarding the warehouse. Turned out to be valid, as one of them stepped out to investigate, and that prompted some shoosting. Bomb retreated to the high ground, was having to deal with more infected locals along the way, while Brooks opened fire on the flanking element. Lynch threw smoke grenade. The two advanced while Mahoney took the fight to the guys by himself. And actually, I think he killed most of the bad guys.
You know, this is starting to become a trend.
What, that he charges forward like a crazy person?
Mahoney does something weird and runs off by himself.
He's going to get front towards enemy tattooed on his chest.
Can't help it that I'm cooler than you guys.
Yes, so having finally, after the shooting was stopped, the group basically started moving toward the objective to, what's the word? Just move
Bird.
to,
Bird is the word.
and that's how Mahoney took a round to the head. It was a misfire from Bond. He's sorry.
No, he's callous. He doesn't care.
That's also true. However, while checking out the dead people, you were rather surprised to discover that they all had the faces of Conzop's team members under their schmegs.
Bless you.
Legs.
Schmeg.
Shemag.
Schmeg. Schmeg. Their headscarves. Damn it, what the hell were they called in Wheel of Time?
Shofas?
Yes, Shofas.
Does anyone know what's
Wow,
happening
I
with that
can't-
Wheel of Time series? Is it still a thing?
Yeah, I know Amazon's doing it. I'm
Thought I saw something about it.
leery about some of the casting. I'm also a little concerned when they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna make Moraine the main character." I'm like, wait, what? she's not the main character.
But it is still going ahead, yeah?
Yeah, as far as I know, it is.
Cool. Carry on.
I'll definitely be interested to see how they manage to do the one power. Yes, so as indicated, all of the dead guys appear to have the faces of known Consop personnel. There were actually 8 of them nine of them total instead of the 8 that are on the little recap image. But the ninth guy got a shot to the face by bomb, so you don't know who that dude was.
Shot in the face.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that's only a 5.56 round, huh? Oh well, it was multiple rounds to the face.
So, we were looking for the samples, or whatever we were expecting to find here. Honestly, we weren't actually certain what we were expecting to find here.
Yep.
And
If the samples are small vials of yellow fluid, I'm not touching it.
well, it's probably a good idea not to touch it anyway. But we have dealt with people wearing masks somewhat recently. It might be worthwhile to tug on one of these dead guys' faces just to be sure.
What if
Because
they don't
otherwise we
come
don't
off?
have a good explanation.
Then you have to tell Mahoney and Brooks and Baum to tug on their faces, and their
You
faces
think
come
you're
off.
a clone? No.
Oh no,
Well-
you're wearing a mask. And then Lynch is like, "What the hell is going on? I'm just gonna shoot all of you, okay?"
There always seems to be some of me around.
I think it's one of me hanging around. Yeah, been a
Something
while
like
I heard
that.
song.
Send
Yeah,
myself
it
a
takes no
pizza.
time at all. No time at all to determine that those are also the Mission Impossible style masks. The individuals underneath them are a rather diverse range of ethnicities, but ultimately strangers.
Right, one guy had the backpack.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably adjust that somewhat because I was like, wait, that doesn't work with what happened to him. So a couple interesting elements present. I shared the Thais image. That's the sort of the environment that this place is looking like. It's totally wrecked. Um, Half buried near the far corner inside the little warehouse area looks to be a small stairwell heading down. However, due to the damage the building has taken, there is a rather significant amount of debris blocking the path. Um, Enough of it has been shifted, so clearly that's what some of these guys were doing. That someone who isn't crazy thick with muscle could probably wiggle through there and climb down.
Grayson will look at it and say rather sarcastically, "Great, it's a dungeon crawl."
Can't possibly be Gaiaxian. Or Gygaxian? Gygaxian?
That would be awesome. I wish I'd thought of that. Yeah, hold on, guys. I need to go get Tomb of Terrors.
No, you really don't.
One of these days, man.
Okay,
So,
you step on something, it goes
Grayson's
click, and it shoots acid at you.
Grayson's face will light up as he realizes Mahoney is another nerd, and he'll high five him.
High five.
One of the dead guys, not McKay, as it turns out, has it's not a backpack in this case, but it is more of a secure briefcase, and it was handcuffed to his wrist. This, as it turned out, was a really stupid move on his part and it's likely what got him killed because it thoroughly screwed up his hand motions when one of the infected, don't call them zombies, attacked him. So it's that kind of briefcase sort of thing. Hopefully, it doesn't have. Well, who knows what? It might have Central Intelligence Agency and a pistol in there.
Well, let's get that thing
Evidently,
open.
also, you very quickly are able to note that in death, it looks like he tried to take the don't call it a zombie with him by trying to trigger what looked like one of those Russian claymores by pulling on the tripwire. Well, he partially succeeded, but it's not entirely. It hasn't gone off. So it's one of those. It looks like the tiniest bit of jostling is going to set that device off.
Why don't you guys take a few steps back and allow the professional to work here?
We don't have time to find him.
Or har. Well, if
If Mahoney's going to disarm it, Grayson's going to say, you stand around the other end.
now these Russian jobbies, uh,
I am gonna
tell
get
if it
the.
says if the this way towards trader means traders.
One of the dudes is going to jump up and exclaim very loudly, "Traitor!"
Lynch is gonna actually get on the horn with Hana and see what our current situation is outside.
Holy crap, you're just a little bit good at that skill.
Stuff.
Says the guy who has a 20 in fast talk.
So I'm a little bit good at bullshit.
Okay, so Mahoney starts getting to work on disarming that explosive so it doesn't blow up when you try to get the briefcase from the dead guy. While that is going on, Lynch is reaching out to Hana. What is Brooks doing?
He's going to be just looking around, investigating, seeing if there's anything that strikes him as being particularly interesting. And if nothing, he'll start sort of looking at this dungeon entrance.
Not really a dungeon entrance. It's just a stairwell that was going down and debris has sort of fallen on it.
That's all a dungeon is.
It's a dungeon entrance, damn it. At least in Grayson's head it is.
Dungeon.
Yeah. So Hana will tell Lynch So you're trying to what? Sorry, what were you trying to find out from her regarding? Brain froze up.
What's going on outside?
It looks like there is a great deal of activity because, well, there were multiple explosions there from, one from an RPG and another from another RPG, well, such like that. It does appear that the WHO and the UN people who were already packing up are just saying, F this noise, the city's starting to blow up. So they are actively pulling out. And as she is on the comm with you, she's like, oh yeah, I guess should probably share the lovely and gracious Hana. She's going to comment like, yeah, hold on, something just passed overhead. I need to get a better look at it. And she'll go quiet for a couple moments. Regarding the quote dungeon, it looks like a stairwell that goes down into a cellar. Although it is a little little more heavily reinforced than you would expect.
The reinforcing, does it look like a recent thing as not part of this building originally?
That's not a terrible presumption.
Okay, then Grayson will go about clearing the entrance a bit so that even the muscly amongst us can fit through.
Yeah, actually, I think you can fit through with no problem because you've only got the strength of 10.
Yes.
You're the scrawny dude.
I've only got a strength of 11.
Yep. So the old guy is stronger than all of you.
Well, just look at him.
That's true. He is Thanos and Cable. Ooh, yeah. I wish I had thought of that. Just throwing the throwing the Cable picture up there and not say anything. Like do 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 do.
So yeah, Grayson will clear some of this entrance so Lynch has better access.
Hana comes back on the line, and she's very clearly, I don't want to say distressed because that's not necessarily the right word, but she's like, crap. I've identified those. Those are drones. I couldn't quite lock down exactly what they are, but I think they're the American MQ-9 Reapers.
They're on our side.
Yeah, so is the quote unquote, so is the Consops.
That's also true. And then she's like, shit, looks like one of them's lining up for an attack run. Those are pretty cool looking drones, I must admit.
And way bigger than they look.
Yep. All right. So, you guys have just a couple of seconds to really react. What I was thinking about doing here originally, I was going to do the use the chase thing like Mark did with the Bainstorm, but I didn't think it quite worked in this case. So instead, what I'm gonna probably just do is have everybody make the individual universe reaction rolls to determine how well you get clear of the blast zone. Everybody will have an arbitrary -3 on this because the GM's a jerk and wants to blow you up with an AGM 114 Hellfire that does 60 times 20 with the armor divisor of 10. But principally because the city's a kind of a shithole, and there's debris and smoke and just junk all the way always in the way.
Do we have
you
the
have
case?
you have just finished disabling the explosive. If you wish to, some of the like penalties, stuff like that, like not penalties, bonuses, penalties. Like if you just drop everything and bolt, that could be like a +2. If you decide to screw this, I'm gonna take the time and get this case off this dude's hand. That's gonna be like a -2.
Anyone got a tactical tomahawk to just chop his head off?
If you do
Boy, that would
something
be handy.
stupid like dive into an old 1940s refrigerator, that's a -15 because that movie was stupid.
Oh, darn it! There goes my idea of diving into that refrigerator over there.
But
You're
the
not
the,
gonna
the
fit
various
anyway.
the stuff, the ideas I had for that is like dropping gear and running flat out is like a +2. Going to ground in nearby ditch, or hey, a cellar if you wish, that to be like a 1 or a 2 depending. You insist on staying together as a team, that could be a penalty. You could be crazy like Mahoney and opt to go, nope, I'm not looking for cover, but I'm gonna open fire at the drone. That could be like a -5 for you, but a +5 for everybody else, etc., etc.
I'm gonna be like cutting the guy's hand off and then trying to dive into the cellar for cover. Those are
Let's see. Let's see. So you're going to be at
-3 start.
-3 because I want to blow you up. You are going to be an additional -2 because you're taking the extra time to get the case.
Woohoo!
Mark, you're an Air Force guy.
Yeah, I saw.
That drone on the side, does it have like a kill score?
That could be. Yeah, that looks like ordnance dropped. They do that.
Well, I did
It
find
may not be a
this,
kill score. It may just be an ordnance dropped. Kind of. Yeah, that's a little
and
bomb.
this might also be not an actual photo, but like a render, because I did find a bunch of stuff online, so it's entirely possible. It just looks really awesome.
That's what that looks like.
Yeah, it does kind of look like a kill marker, doesn't it? Oh yeah, those look like bombs. So yeah, that's probably ordnance drop. Yeah. So they want to add another one.
So they're giving Skynet an ego now.
Yep.
That won't end badly at all, will it? So yeah, so based off of how much damage the explosive actually does, my initial thinking there was however well you did on the reaction roll, is that's how far you're going to be able to get away from where the blast point is. So it's like anything above a 13 ends up, yeah, you didn't take any damage because you're just that cool. If you end up with like a 1 or 2 or 3 from the on the reaction roll, that's going to put you at about 3 yards away from that 60 times 20 armor divisor 10 crushing explosive.
If we leap into the air at the end, do we get a bonus?
Ooh.
No, you
Dang
don't.
it.
Mahoney might because he's got that dive for cover
Oh.
thing.
That just gives you DR from the blast.
Or if we like leap off something, because that happens in every action movie.
It does.
So is there actually a perk for dive for cover thing?
Yep, there is.
Yeah.
Enhanced dodge, dive for cover. It's a modification to enhanced dodge, or
Yeah, it's on the it's on that template.
Yeah, I think that's on the Demolition Man template
Right.
in
I
Action
remember
1.
the name.
Makes sense. Alright, so
Alright.
we start at -3, right?
-3, yes, sir. Looks like Mark is going to be at -5.
woohoo! Come on, crit fail. I mean, crit, whatever. You know.
We all got to roll at the same time though. No.
Oh.
Damn it.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
That might be an instance where you go,
Oh.
hey, I am spending my luck right now.
I'm spending my luck right now.
Right. Lynch is gonna bolt, but he is gonna look for the nearest foxhole. Or
Dungeon.
foxhole equivalent. That's probably a bit too tight to squeeze into in a hurry.
I think I might want to take that.
You
that
got one more.
I want the neutral.
11. 11 puts
Neutral.
okay, so that's about 25 yards away. So I see on your explosive calculator thing, Daniel, how it gives you the average and the max.
Mhm.
But how do you determine on the die?
What do you mean?
So the normally the Hellfire does the 60 times 20.
Okay, so you'll roll the 60 times 20, and then at the end there's the roll damage column, and it'll calculate it.
Roll damage column.
Yeah, at the end. The last two
Oh,
columns.
okay. So, all right. So I guess I need an NPC that I can go here. I want 60 times 20 damage.
So what was the mod for the ditch?
Give me a second. That seems like a lot.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
So is that the damage, the explosive concussion damage, or is that the shape charge damage?
That's the impact damage.
Right.
That
Does it
blows
have a
up
link
tanks.
or a follow-up?
Crap. I don't remember. Where was that?
Yeah, that's the I blow up tanks. Armor divisor 10.
Doesn't matter. It's fine. Everything's fine. Kaboom.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know. I'm okay.
You think?
Maybe.
Let's see. So where was that? That was RP. Okay, so that's RPG net. Wow. So the AGM 114 Hellfire. The damage is 60 times 20 parentheses 10 crushing explosive with a follow up 60 times 20 parentheses 10 crushing explosive. So it does it twice.
Well, the first one is what goes into the tank, and the second one is what goes into everybody else.
Right. Okay, so you said so. I plugged in the 300 in the roll call. I guess that's column S, and then so for Mark, I rolled.
That means he would have
4?
taken 4. Yeah.
4D or
No, 4 points.
wow, that's kind of sad.
At 25 yards away.
It still hurts. My ears are popped, and my nose is bleeding.
Yeah, it falls off pretty quickly.
Okay, so
Does it have a
let's see.
fragmentation component?
Oh, I'm sure.
No,
Okay.
it'd be incidental.
Well,
Well, it's crushing explosives, so if nothing else, it picked him up and threw him. Okay, so let's see. Yes, so
Kirk Booth.
wonder where it hit you
Oh man!
again.
I have knee pads.
Yes,
Well,
remember
is that
I have armor
concussive?
divisor 10.
Well,
not on the follow-up though.
yeah, and isn't it
The
concussion
follow-ups
considered the all
are,
over, or
hold
is that a
on.
chunk that got slung in my way?
The follow-up does have armor divisor 10.
Does?
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
Wonder where he got this from. Is it in high tech?
That seems odd.
I'm looking for high tech at the moment.
Yeah, I don't see it in
it.
high tech.
Oh.
Where did he get this?
Oh no, that's an actual follow-up, not linked.
Yes.
Huh.
Huh. All right.
I don't think that's right, but whatever.
That should be concussive, but anyway. Yeah. Ow.
Let's
see,
see.
that is a not.
What's your
actually
DR on
4.
the what's the DR on the
It won't matter. It's 3.
So yeah, I think that's gonna max out at 1 then.
Mhm.
For
So I take 3,
3,
which is
so
I don't. It's not. I'm not disabled. It
but
points to
your
my
knee,
button.
you're like, son of a,
Ow!
not again. That's totally gonna be the same one, right?
What it was it picked. The concussion picked me up, threw me, and I landed really bad on my knee.
Okay, so Brooks
he's
has a bad reaction.
He's messed up the follow up. Actually, no, he hasn't.
Yeah.
I strongly suspect Brooks is also going to say, I want to re-roll with luck.
Okay,
based
so
off of the stuff, that is going to put... Okay, I guess I should have mentioned that. The way I was determining the range was anything on 13 or above meant no damage. It's like, the character's pretty awesome. 10 to 12 put you at about 25 yards away from the blast point. 7 to 9 put you at 12 yards. 4 to 6, God, I can't do math, can I? Yeah, 4 to 6 put you at 6 yards. 1 to 3 put you at 3 yards. Anything under 1, yeah, that's bad. That's the missile hit you in the chest.
Oh, hey.
All right.
I
So
kind of
then,
want somebody to have the hit in the chest just to see what would happen.
They actually have cluster bombs in high tech.
Alright, so then Grayson will be using luck.
Yeah, because your 6 would put you at 6 yards away, which on Daniel's explosive calculator would
Would be-
mean you would have
I rolled
taken
an-
17 points of damage.
Wow, that's actually a lot less than I would have expected.
I know, right?
And then add
make
the
sure-
frag damage to that as well.
Let's see, a 9. Well, that's slightly better. That's 12 yards, which is better than 6. And 10 is 25 yards, which I believe is the same as... Yes, that is the same as Mahoney. So you got clipped in the right arm for 4 points of damage. What's 152?
Oh, that's their guided missiles. They're those are not Hellfire. Well, actually, a TOW and a Hellfire are probably pretty similar. Yeah, but they use linked instead of follow-up, and they're not armor piercing on the linked.
The Javelin does have an armor piercing follow-up.
Right, that's the follow-up, not the linked.
Okay, so what's the difference between
Yeah,
linked
I'm
and
confused
follow-up
about that
now?
myself.
Linked happens at the same time. Follow-up happens after the impact. So
Right.
the difference with the follow-up is once you hit, you do that damage. That follow-up goes off inside the target.
Okay.
Which is the difference with your explosive tip
Right.
rifle rounds. It has a follow-up, so if you actually penetrate DR with the first one, the next one goes off inside. Linked does not do that.
So if you fire some, but linked happens at the same time.
Right.
Gotcha. So if I shoot someone with an explosive round, and the first shot, so it hits, does the damage on impact, and then it does the secondary effect in internal. So minus DR.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you're not supposed to be using something like this against a person.
Not supposed to.
Unless they're, like a freaking Kryptonian, in which case they just go, no, dude. I'm not
man.
impressed. Is
You're
that
new
all you
here,
got?
aren't you?
What?
Said you're new here, aren't you?
Well, to be fair, they did use, I think it was a Hellfire in Man of Steel against Feora, and it knocked her out.
Did it?
Yeah, in the Battle of Metropolis, the A-10s.
I had forgotten that happened.
I hadn't, because Feora was awesome. Okay, so looks like Brooks will take 4 points of crushing damage to your right arm. Ow, that hurt. And you went back into the cellar, right?
Was that for Brooks?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Oh well, I thought that's what you.
He didn't.
Said.
He didn't specify.
I didn't specify, but since he was, clearing the entrance, he will do that, and it's reinforced.
Yeah, but he's gonna be stuck in there for a little while. Ooh, I hope there's zombies in there. Don't call them zombies. Okay, so I guess it's your turn, Lynch. Can you roll under a 1 for me? I just want to see what happens.
I never got an answer on the whole ditch thing.
Oh, right. The ditch is going to be a 1.
User joined your channel.
Are you dropping all
One
of your
what?
gear?
+1, -1?
+1. Hey, it's Gary.
I'm not dropping anything. I'm just diving.
Not hear anything, just the buzz.
User disconnected from your channel.
I guess he's nope. See ya. Yeah, so it'll be +1 for going to ground.
Okay. I was going to ask about doing possibly a IQ-based combat engineering, or not IQ, but perception-based combat engineering as an assist.
If I were going to dive somewhere and not get killed, I would want to dive.
I want to hide behind that thing over there. That'll take it.
Maybe, sure.
If I can squeeze out another point, I will. Where did I put that?
User joined your channel.
Engineer.
Mic check.
Yay!
Howdy!
Hey, Terry.
Sorry I'm late, guys. I just woke up. I slept almost 12 hours.
Are you feeling all right?
Whoa.
You sound different.
Yeah, I guess I just needed it.
Huh? Happens. It's all good, man.
Wow. Okay.
No, we were. Oh, that's bad. Remember?
Huh?
Oh, wait, never
No.
mind. Never mind.
Oh no.
Sorry,
No,
I
he
thought
found
that was.
he sees
yeah.
the lead lined. He just pointed out and found the lead lined refrigerator to jump in.
No, he knew not to get into the fridge.
Exactly.
He may hide behind the fridge, but not get in the fridge.
Boo.
Wait, what? That did not apply.
It's a reaction, yeah. +2.
No, it didn't
plus
apply
1.
the. Oh, right, because it came out to 0. That's annoying. Yeah,
Oh,
I'll be looking at.
Oh, yeah, that does come out to 0. So that means
No, I mean
without
the mods came out to 0. That's why
Oh,
it's still
yeah.
a 7.
Damn, that's too bad.
The fuck?
Yay! That's too bad.
There.
We're getting blown up by a Reaper. Carrie. Or trying not to get blown up by a Reaper.
Keep up the good work.
Oh, once you log in, we'll blow you up.
Or not. Depends on how you roll. Ooh ha 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 ha.
That's downright disappointing. I was hoping someone would roll under a 0 or under a 1.
I came close. I tried.
Let's see, what was your original one? 5.
3?
3. That's
Very
That's-
bad. What was
Yeah.
my
if
very
I'd,
bad?
if
very
I had,
bad. 1 to 3. Oh, that would put you 3 yards away from.
if I had not gone
explosive.
for the assist and had rolled that first, that would have been. Yeah, that would have been really bad.
Yeah, Mark. So that 3 would have been 34 points of damage, which still doesn't seem like as much as it should be.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
but
it's still
none
an
of my armor
external
would have worked.
explosion. It's not. If you had been hit by the hellfire, you'd have taken all of it.
So good.
Does your math on this actually work?
Yeah. Yeah, I was just looking at that to make sure.
1 yard away is 100 instead of 300.
Yeah, it's divided
Yeah,
by
it
3 per
divides.
yard.
That's the concussion damage.
Uh-huh.
That's disappointing. 1 yard away would be fine. I'd be cool with that.
I think that should be applied to the whole body or something.
Yeah,
I
because
think it's large area.
Yeah, it is large area. That's how I would have expected it to come. Come at me, bro.
Okay,
But
you'll
yeah.
loop around and intentionally come back to target
Oh,
Mahoney.
crap.
All right. So Carrie, I've got the recap there.
Right, he wasn't there for that.
Gracias.
Yes. So the PCs came in and attacked and killed a bunch of dudes, and then discovered that they seemed to have Konzop's faces under their shemegs.
Could read the
Shoofas.
could read the blog real quick if you didn't watch last week's.
Well, he did come in at the tail end.
Yeah. I got there in time for you guys to notice familiar faces.
And to no one's surprise, those do turn out to be masks of some sort. And while Mahoney was disarming an explosive charge near the guy who stupidly had a secure briefcase handcuffed to his wrist, which is probably what got him killed, because don't call it a zombie, but it tackled him.
Just like we don't call it a comeback.
Yep. Hana advised that a drone was incoming, and it fired a lovely missile, and everybody went diving. And the way I was doing that is everybody was making a universe reaction roll, where you'd have an arbitrary -3 because I wanted to blow somebody up, and the city's crap, and there's always junk in the way and smoke in the air and stuff like that. You can get penalties depending on what you're doing, like screw this, I'm going to just shoot at the drone, or that's obviously a penalty, because then the operators are going to go, oh, let's drone that guy. Or you can like just drop your gear and run flat out. You can dive for cover, stuff like that. And
Gotcha. So what did you guys decide to do?
Oh, let's see.
I
Brooks?
still went for the.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I went for the trying to still take the briefcase.
Yeah, how did you actually take that off, by the way?
Oh, with a blade.
Do you actually have a blade?
Oh, I have a knife.
Is it a pocket knife or is it an
No, it's a
actual
knife.
Is it a Crocodile Dundee knife?
Oh, it is listed as a large knife on his sheet.
Yep. So
broke
right
out
between
the sexual Tyrannosaurus knife and
stuck it right between the yeah.
How very American of you.
But
Ain't got time. Ain't got time.
Brooks had discovered a sort of stairwell that was leading down that had a lot of debris in the way. Looks like
Dungeon.
that's where, which he's insisting on calling a dungeon, and he
dungeon.
dove in it. Apparently, Lynch dove behind a rack of 3 1950s lead-lined refrigerators, because that's the only way to explain his amazing 15 success, where he doesn't even take any damage at all.
I think I would
They
go
just
with
happen
Brooks.
to be there. Squirrel into the hole.
Let's see. What is his? Okay, so what did we have for Brooks? Brooks was at, I don't remember what the penalty was. What was the penalty? Bonus,
3.
whatever. Was it 3?
-3. That's what I applied on Brooks.
So it'll probably end up being a -4 for Ilan, because he is slightly larger than Brooks is, muscle wise, and that was the thing that he was noticed, or that everybody said, is like, oh hey, their scrawny dude clearly crawled into this hole.
Gotcha. And what am I rolling against?
Universe reaction.
Always my best roll.
Yeah, and you can see that all 3 PCs have. Oh man!
Wow.
Holy smokes! I'm back,
You don't
boys.
even you don't even need to burn the luck like everybody else did.
I
Because he
call
went in
shenanigans.
before Grayson, so Grayson absorbed most of it.
Shenanigans.
Well, I think what
demand a reroll.
happened there. No, what happened there is Grayson was knocked around a little bit as he was diving, and in his haste, he managed to knock some stuff out of the way, which cleared it a little bit more for Bomb.
Sounds legit.
Okay, so man, that means he took no damage. Lynch and Bomb went, nah, we're not going to take no damage.
I don't like damage.
Hold on, my phone's being stupid. I need to make it shut up. Okay, so debris finally stops falling. The drone, which you will likely not see because, well, it is dark and such like that.
And full
Hana
of
will
terrors.
What's that?
And full of terrors.
I don't know. We really seen any terrors yet?
Got non-bees, that counts.
Zombies.
Yeah, so Hana will advise that it does look like there are multiple of these drones in the area, although just the one is there, and it does look like it is looping around for another pass.
It's staying on target.
Time to go.
For Brooks, that's amusing. That Brooks and Baum, the country music team, the duo there, the Brit and the Israeli. The stairwell is obviously, well, it's a stairwell. It was going down into a reinforced cellar, and at the base there, as you come down, or roll down the stairs and whatnot, because you've got debris still clattering around, such like that. At the very bottom, you can see that there is an it was a crap. Where's my
Cheese and wine.
phrasing? There's no cheese and wine. Well, hopefully it's not cheese and wine. Damn it. There we go. So it looks like downstairs was originally some sort of refrigerated storage facility.
There were refrigerators.
So no, refrigerated, not refrigerator. Now, this is definitely not 1950s tech, so it doesn't count. But
Is there anything in the fridge?
It does not currently. Well, it's completely dark in there right now because it has no power. But the door is pretty much open. It looks like it has effectively been cleaned out.
We have our night vision stuff. So, can we make out anything further with the night vision?
Yeah, that's the where it's like it's effectively been cleaned out. It was whatever it was storing does not look like it was especially large.
Has the entrance to the dungeon been sealed? Are we like trapped here, buried?
Not yet.
And we would not know that it's coming back for another.
Hana has
Another
told
pass.
everybody over the radio or the comms that it looks like it's looping around for another pass.
Alright, Brooks is going to find a nice, sturdy, load bearing structure and sort of position himself there.
Okay, so what's the thinking behind that?
If this thing comes around and drops another bomb and the building collapses, it's likely that he's in a strong, secure place.
He's not going to get crushed with the building collapsing around him.
I think the question here is, since there's nothing here, why not leave?
No, I can see where he's why you would possibly want to stay in there if they're actively looking for movement or something like that. And it is going to take some squirming to necessarily get out. So he could potentially be trapped halfway in, halfway out when the next flyby takes place.
And you have to keep in mind, this thing is being flown by a kid in Missouri who's looking at a monitor.
While
And he's
also
got a
playing
score.
Call of Duty.
No, but he probably has earbuds in and playing rap at extremely high levels. And he is looking for movement. Or she, I should say.
Okay.
Unless
so
Hana
go
gives
ahead.
a time frame as to how long we have before this thing can circle and fire again, Brooks is going to be looking for somewhere secure to basically wait out the storm.
Where did Mahoney go? He just got stuck out, didn't he?
Yeah, I was stuck out because I
Okay.
He got thrown into another one of the buildings after he was he like got the he got he got
Right.
the case, and he started sprinting, and then there was an explosion, and he did a Tom Cruise throw
Right.
toss like in MI3. Like somebody was on wires and yanking him.
Lynch is going to talk
Wasn't
him
that
over to
obvious.
the bomb shelter that I found.
bomb shelter. Sorry.
You're
It's a
so
bomb
getting
shelter.
direct hit.
I suspect it's probably just a really, in this case for where Lynch is, it's probably just a really solid building.
It looked like a bomb shelter to me. Not a bomb shelter. Nothing can stop that. He's like Jack Bauer. When he misses, he actually hits somebody else in another state.
Chuck Norris level.
Exactly.
Okay, so you said you're talking Mahoney to that direction.
Yeah, since the other two are
How
going to
is
bunker where they are.
Yeah, how is Mahoney progressing? Are you just saying screw it and running straight out, or are you trying to sneak, or are you going screw you, I'm going to find my own place because you're
I'm
secretly a
going to.
traitor?
Shh, dude, you weren't supposed to let that out of the bag so soon.
Quick, tear off your mask now, Mark.
Dang it! I don't want to reveal that I'm
Everybody's going to tear off their mask later, and it's
We're all Quinn.
Brooks is actually Lynch, and Lynch is actually Mahoney. Mahoney's actually Baum, and Baum is inexplicably his sister.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
No, I'm going to use, move to and use cover to make my way out of the kill zone.
All right, so give me a stealth check in the box. I want to see if my guy is going to notice you and maybe go, hey, there's some movement. That guy in Missouri. I'll use.
Can you give me
him.
at least another 20 minutes?
Nope.
Dang it!
Huh, that's amusing. Okay. Right. So you are sneaking. You will definitely hear the drone do its flyby as it unleashes
The drone of
another.
the drone.
Yes, sort of. It looks like those things are props. Yeah, it's like
It's-
yeah, that makes sense.
It's like a CW drone, so it has to get within like 10 meters to launch.
What was that? That was Arrow that it did that. And
Yeah.
it's like, wait, what? That's a predator. Why is it so close? The explosion is gonna destroy the drone too. Yeah, so it does do another missile. It doesn't seem like it's anywhere near you, but there's another nice big explosion.
Kerpoof.
You know, down the road, we're going to find out that this virus is totally curable and all these people were unnecessarily killed.
Probably.
Eh. Well, on the bright side, you haven't killed any Yemenis police officers yet.
That's true.
Yeah.
Day ain't over yet.
Well, actually, we don't know if any of the non-bees here are actually police officers.
That's
or
right.
in
Yeah,
some capacity or another.
I wish I had thought of that. Then I would have said the chick that, or the one that Brooks and Baum fought was totally wearing a police uniform. So everybody's like, really? Honest, Twitch, I actually don't have a problem with the police. I like the police. I have family that are police officers. It's just this game has sort of inexplicably turned into what's up with that?
Good question.
More debris will collapse in on the thing that Brooks and Baum are in. You guys have already taken the appropriate measures to not get smushed, but it is like, oh, that's going to take a while to get out. The drone is going to loiter for a bit. Are you guys planning on jumping out, shooting at it? Are you hunkering down and waiting for it to go away?
I think
Are you telling Hana to shoot it?
I think we're gonna turtle. We're probably about as safe as we can get where we are.
We're gonna wait for him to lose interest.
Quick, put away the laser pointer.
It's not a cat.
Isn't it?
You say that.
Okay, yeah, I'll use that. So yes, it will loiter for a solid 20 minutes. It's not just staying in that area, but it is sort of orbiting around the city. And luckily, you have Hana out there being able to advise you of what's going on, which is like, okay, this is kind of weird. It looks like it's actively looking for some stuff. But after about, like I said, after about 30 minutes, it will break off, and she's like, okay, it looks like it is leaving. Just stay where you're at for a couple minutes. Let's make sure it's actually leaving.
Well, the good news is we should have a clear way out of town. Well, clear of people.
Yeah, and in that 30 minutes, you sort of realize that Mahoney seems to be dragging a case that's got a chain and something of a hand hanging off of the chain.
What?
It's a souvenir, right?
Right.
It's in case you need the biometrics.
He gets it.
Yes, but the drone will eventually break off and depart. The drones.
Alright, Grayson's going to start digging himself out of this place, removing rubble.
Let's just go ahead and call those what they are. They're early model HKs.
Yep. We're going to do a sequel to this, and it's going to be Reign of Steel.
That would actually be kind of funny.
So,
All right,
does that
so-
mean the masks are the really, really early version of the Terminators?
Hmm. So we need to... I think
just actually
Lynch
looked
and
at-
Mahoney should probably go over to help dig the other two out so we can go faster.
I just actually paid attention to what Carrie
Yeah,
rolled.
I just saw that.
The first thing that he actually rolled, and it's 1 point shy of an 18. Yeah, that's about right. That's the one time you want to roll like that, though. Well, not the one time. I mean, if you had something that's doing 3d6 of damage.
5s and 6s.
So it'll take a while to dig them out because, well, that building is now even more foobarred than it was. But you will be able to dig them out. They're very dirty.
It's camouflage and helps hide them from thermal sensors.
And predators. The real ones. The invisible ones, not the flying ones. And once they are out, I'm presuming you are just straight up exfiltrating.
Yes. We're out of here.
Agreed.
Something to note, you actually don't know what's in the case. It could be Gwyneth Paltrow's head, although that is kind of a little small for that.
It's deflated.
I will be disappointed if it's a Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
What if it's a mask of Gwyneth Paltrow?
Does anyone have a medkit?
I believe I do.
We should have some gear around for that.
First aid kit. Although, at my current oh no, I have diagnosis. I don't have whatchamacallit.
You're supposed to have
Physician.
your own. You're supposed to have your own first aid kit so somebody can use it on you.
That's how it works.
Well, to be fair, if you just get clear of the city, Hana is an actual doctor.
How long does it take us to get clear?
All right.
It
How
shouldn't
long
be that
does? I don't remember what the is it 10 minutes before you can't recover? I don't remember.
Half
what
an
it
hour.
is.
Yeah, it should
Actually,
only be
it's
a mile or so.
Half an hour or an hour. I think it's hour, actually. Golden hour seems to come to mind.
Right.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Well, you can do first aid where you are and then just go.
Wow, actually, I just noticed that Mark's first aid is actually higher than hers.
Well, but
Or
if she
Mahoney's
has,
is, yeah.
but if she has, what is it?
Physician
Physician, then
and
you
surgery.
you substitute physician for first aid.
Yeah, it's two totally different skills. I've seen a doctor incorrectly apply a dressing.
Yeah. Wow, her physician's
Well,
okay.
and GURPS, GURPS
Yeah.
sees it's
No, but he's right. It's like, heck, I'm fairly certain I've seen that in the army where it's like, the medic goes, "Come on, doc, that's not what you're doing."
Yeah, he inserted a chest tube like a boss and then dressed it like a monkey.
Well, sometimes you roll 5s and 6s.
Yeah, my instructor just pulled off what he did and started over.
Thank you for showing us how not to do
Bye.
it, doctor. That actually reminds me of when I was in the army. I was going through the combat lifesaver course, and I had a guy. I think this also happened to you, Daniel, where it's like the dude could not, for the life of him, start an IV in my arm, and it was starting to really hurt. So I took it away from him and started the IV in my arm.
Yeah, that's
That
my
was
life
the
right
other
now.
way for me.
That's one of the things I'm worst at.
Then I remember at least one of my roommates there. I'm like, why did you put this guy in combat lifesaver course? Because he literally passes out at the sight of blood. Like also thinking that's going to be bad in a firefight.
So, running out of town.
Yes. So Hana can actually arrange to meet you. Can pile into the SUV / Land Rover or whatever it is.
Well, what did Mahoney get us for Christmas?
I don't know. It's still locked.
who's got the pick locks?
I don't remember if I have that one. Let me look.
I have lock picking.
I also have that, I believe.
Do you have it at 14 or greater?
I do not
No.
have it.
But close. I have 13.
Well,
Bomb's idea
I also
of
have
lockpicking
lockpicks.
is using his forced entry at 16, right?
Mark 1 boot.
Actually, I think Grayson has the highest lockpicking skill. He's got a 15.
Wow.
well,
Does he have lockpicks?
He does seem to have lockpicks.
Well, Grayson will go to work on it. And hopefully someone will first aid him.
You can do it at the same time.
Does a first aid kit grant a bonus?
Depends on the
At
kid,
this
I think.
tech level, yeah.
I think
A normal
gives a
first aid
+1?
kit. No, a normal first aid kit means you can do first aid. The improved or advanced first aid kit gives you a bonus.
Gotcha.
Oh, I thought it was the tech level of the first aid kit could give a bonus too.
I think that is also a true statement.
We're tech level 8.
Yep.
So
8 plus, but 8.
the first aid takes 10 minutes. And restores 1d6.
Boom!
Yes! So it turns out Grayson just has some bruises.
And
Ow,
first aid
ow.
on myself, and I
Oh,
hurt
TL.
myself.
Ow! Ow!
Hey, it hurts when I do this. Ow! Why does it hurt when I do
So
this? I
does
keep
that
doing that.
inflict more damage?
The TL7
I pulled a
first
muscle.
aid kit gives +1 quality to first aid.
A critical failure, the victim loses 2 HP.
Wow.
You thought you were injecting morphine, but it was.
I don't
I
feel
don't know.
so good, guys.
You need some help with that? I don't think you're
How?
holding that right.
Let's see. So, actually, Hana would probably turn over the driving to. I think Ilan's the best driver right now since poor Vega went and got himself shot.
I thought Lynch was a better driver. Wait, no. No, I
I
think
got
westbound.
automobile 16.
Yeah, you're it.
Oh, right. So he's doing that. So what happened? Can someone else actually do the first aid? Or after they've critically failed?
I don't think so. I think first aid was a one and done. Like,
Yeah, I think
there's
you're
only
right.
one attempt possible.
I think this is why we need someone with position.
Yeah, Hana's gonna look at whatever the heck you're doing, and oh, nice. I had forgotten about that, Daniel. Damn it. Now we have to swap out his picture for the Racer X picture. Yeah, she's gonna look at whatever it is that you're doing and go, "Stop!" Because you were I guess, doing it upside down, and so you did it really wrong, and you made it worse.
Worse or better?
You lost 2 extra hit points. I think that would be worse.
Yeah. Well,
The
You
reason he
actually
lost hit
haven't
points
even-
was he injected morphine, knocked himself out, and as he fell down, he hit his head on the corner of something.
Damn it, I'm so tempted. Right. So, Brooks spends some time poking at the locks and such like that. And once you open it up, you will discover a couple of things. The first thing that is very noticeable is there is a bunch of, it looks like, shredded document stuff that has been crammed into the case. And it's just like, it's not immediately obvious what it is, but clearly they thought it was important, or maybe they hoped it was important and just grabbed everything and stuck it in here. And since Mahoney actually made sure to grab this before, and didn't let the missile bounce it around, there is also a sealed specimen transport bag, which is inside a clear and small plastic container. Within the bag are 2 finger-sized tablets, I guess you would say. They honestly kind of look like a menacing red eye due to the gel and whatever the hell is in it.
Okay.
You?
And when Hana sees that, it's going to be one of those, is like, yeah, don't touch that. I think that's what I need.
I'm not touching that.
You're probably passed out at this point because you apparently injected something you shouldn't have in you. I hope you don't grow a third arm.
Eh.
Sorry, I'm having to double check my specky thing because my computer's being kind of dumb right now and constantly afraid it's going to freeze up again. So once you leave the area, Hana will offer to take the specimen stuff away, because she's that's what she thinks she actually needs. While you guys can continue on with whatever it is that you are going to be doing.
I don't think we had a plan for after this.
That's true. Let's see. So Mahoney is going to need to spend at least a little bit of time doing some recovery, because he did some dummy.
Derp.
You also, you had some additional locations you could look at, but you also have this the shredded documentation if you actually wanted to look at it. Granted, that's a lengthy process.
How shredded? Are we talking gone through a shredder shredded or just ripped up?
Gone through a shredder shredded. Which
Who's
is
good at
still
puzzles?
Can be done.
Yeah, it's still it can still be done. You see it
As long
all
as
the
it's
time.
not cross-cut. They have those cross-cutting shredders that turn it into literal confetti.
Nah,
But if
this
it's
is going to
just
be
strips-
it's just going to be the long strip thing.
Yeah, that just takes patience.
Patience and some tape, and you have to make sure to not murder someone who walks in and lets the air blow whatever it is you're working on.
He dies first.
Yes, indeed. So I suspect. Right. Yeah. Hold on. Where was the thing? So the information that you guys had before, basically had the four. These are the places of interest. We've obviously just taken care of the Thais one. Latvia, Riga, Latvia was the one where Brooks is aware of someone who is an associate of Vladimir's, who they smuggled some people in there. Berlin has some material was shipped from abroad to a location inside Berlin with an eye towards probably shipping it elsewhere. And then Nar Sultan or Astana, depending on how you or who you are in Kazakhstan, was a location where it was material was overdue there at a location. And it also stands to reason that you might want to find some place to briefly hunker down to recover and do the intel stuff.
Do we all have appropriate travel documents like passports and stuff?
Oh, we have the fake ones.
For multiple
Somewhere.
identities.
I still have Gupta Rasmani and Petrochem. It still seems pretty solid, I assume.
Well, I'm more referencing the fact that, at least you guys all lost your stuff.
Well, our legitimate stuff.
No, we've re-equipped since then, so we've had an opportunity to pick up new documents.
Cool.
Tell me about the Berlin option again.
Berlin is it had received, or it had some material shipped from other places in Europe, arriving at a warehouse, and based off of what Brooks had overheard between Vladimir and, he might not be braggy, that material was supposed to arrive in Berlin and then be redistributed somewhere else.
I think I like that one. What do you guys think?
I can speak
would
German.
be a change of pace.
Well, also the information. I mean, if it's going to be sent somewhere, they'll know where to send it. And if it's coming from somewhere, they might know something about where stuff is coming from. It just seems like there'll be somebody there who knows things and can tell us them.
I think all the choices that we have are kind of a coin toss at this point. We don't have specific information about what we're looking for when we get there. So, yeah, Germany's as good as the others as far as I'm concerned. We weren't ever able to find anything about Breznikov here, except that he was involved.
No.
Let's see, where would he have gone?
That's a really good question.
Where can Bereznikov be?
Actually, when we get to that stopping point where we can start sifting through what we have, want to try to reach out to Dr. Woodcomb and see
Awesome.
what ended up happening with oh no, he had Riley. We left Medvedev at the warehouse, but he might know what happened to Medvedev too, assuming he's still in the region.
Okay. Let's see. Reaching out there.
And just to think out loud, I'm kind of thinking that if there might have been some activity around Medvedev after he was picked up, and that might lead us in a particular direction. Somebody came to fetch him, for example. Or kill him.
That's possible. Which would totally, cause Brooks to be like, really? All that work.
Now, out of the three choices that we had, I seem to recall that Brooks had some contacts in Riga.
That is correct.
And there was something about Kazakhstan, some company that was based there that was important, and I don't remember what that was.
It's not a company, so to speak, but more the organization, the Vector organization, which is basically the Russian equivalent of the crap. What is it? The infectious diseases thing.
Right, they're CDC.
Vector Labs.
Yeah, CDC. Yeah. There you go. Did the image change? It
Did it?
Bomb's image.
Oh.
Oh, I didn't do that.
No, I did. I was, Daniel had shared that, and I thought it was funny.
Wow.
Crap. I don't have your normal one. in there, so you'll need to change that back.
Good job.
So,
Good planning ahead.
nope, no planning ahead. I need to take a brief bio break. I need to hit the bathroom.
Is this a take 5?
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do that.
Roger 5.
All right, we're back.
Huzzah, we're back. Okay, so based off of what I understand, okay, so Lynch is wanting to reach out to the doc. And is there other stuff that is taking place?
Somebody have intuition?
Yes,
Cool.
that's a good point. 3 options.
4 options. Well, 3. Yep.
I have to remind myself how it works. Where's my stupid thing?
There's the roll flip. So +1 for every good option, -1 for every bad. Roll IQ.
Okay, so based off of his intuition, his guessing, he's probably going to end up leaning towards Riga simply because you have someone you directly know. And whereas in Berlin and in Astana or Nar Sultan, you're just sort of going there and hoping something turns up.
Then Grayson will say, we should go to Riga. I know someone there. I know a guy.
Now, Riga was the one where they were smuggling people.
Yes, based off of what Brooks is aware of, Vladimir arranged for, he's probably not braggy, to make contact with an associate of Vlad's in Riga to smuggle some people into Europe.
From where did we get that?
He overheard the don't call him bragging because he wasn't braggy, discussing that with
He's naggy.
Vladimir in the Burj.
Okay. Well, it's
And
good enough, I
speaking of
guess.
the Burj, Mark totally ran the he's totally running the Dubai whatever thing
Reckoning. Yep.
for Night's Black Agents, which he ripped off for this is for his run of Cons Ops, and we totally had a character do the same thing that Vega did with the helicopter, where it's like, charge! I'm gonna jump into the helicopter. And it wasn't me or Daniel.
All right, well,
Lynch was still wanting to reach out to Dr. Woodcomb, right?
right, yeah, still. But just to add to that, I think if Medvedev had, let me start over. If not Bruggy was smuggling Breznikov out to Europe, that would make some sense. Therefore, I think I'll lean that way myself. That is toward Riga.
Right. Okay, so yeah, so you're going to obviously also going to need to spend some time probably recovering, unless you are planning on just saying, screw it, Mahoney can suck it up, and so can Illen, and maybe Brooks as well. I don't remember how many hit points he has normally.
Yeah, what is our
No,
situation in
Brooks
that
is good.
regard?
He's back to full after that first aid.
Let's see, Mahoney is down 5, it looks like, and Illen is down to 3.
Down 3 or down 2-3?
Down 3. So to get full up, you could probably presume 5 days.
I don't know if we want to wait that long.
Rub some dirt in it.
Is Mahoney functional?
Let's see. He has 6 of 11. So he's not feeling very good.
How many days did you say it worked out to?
Presuming he recovers a hit point a day, then actually I guess it'd be 6.
You also got a physician.
That's it.
Once daily.
She's not going to be on call. She's her objective in coming in Yemen was to try to figure out what the hell's going on. And once she identified that it was a bioweapon, she wanted to get a trace of that so she can return to Israel so they can try to find out what the hell this is. Unless we fly to Israel, I mean, you haven't killed any son of a. Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
I think my stupid computer my screen just freaking froze up again.
That's odd that it's still working.
Can someone type something in the Fantasy Grounds thing? I want to see. I want to verify. Yep, I can see that, but I can't use my mouse is like frozen up and my keyboard's not doing anything. So I guess as long as I don't have to make any rolls, we oh crap, that means I can't share anything either.
Well,
What if you unplug your mouse and then plug it back in?
Yeah, that's
It's
what I
wireless.
was thinking. Turn it off and turn it back on again. Don't mean to sound cheeky, but yeah.
No, yeah, I had tried that, and I'd also pulled the thing. I'm gonna do that again. See if maybe pull that thing out and
so
put it over here.
The screen is frozen, so you can't look at the temperatures.
Okay. I think I may have figured out something here. I think it might be my either my USB thing up there, or because I pulled it out of I've got a USB hub, and that's where I have the I don't know what is that, the transmitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled that out and plugged it into something on my computer, and it started working again. So I need to experiment. That was really gonna irritate me. Yeah.
Right, where were we? Recovery.
Recovery. I guess you could theoretically go to Israel. That's the one place where you haven't whacked any cops. And the heat's probably died down somewhat.
Is that going to be on the way? I guess, kinda, maybe.
Alternately, you could just go there and tell, like you said, tell Mahoney to suck it up and take some Motrin.
I think we should go to Israel. It seems like a good, leaving point. To go straight from here, there's probably going to be all sorts of
potentially be weird.
stuff.
It's kind of on the way.
Aren't we wanted there though? Like they're gonna,
No, our alternate identities are wanted there.
Yeah, but how disguised
I don't
are
know
we
that we
going
were tied
here?
to anything there.
I'm wanted there for debriefing.
We could face off the face-off people.
That's true. We could each wear masks of ourselves.
Well, regardless, it's going to take at least a little while to get clear of the area. I suppose it would make sense to merge in with the UN, the WHO people who are
Yeah, that's a
bugging
good
the hell
idea.
out. So
Might be able to get
yeah.
get Mahoney treated in the process while we're doing that.
So what you're saying is you want Ilan's sister to play doctor with Mahoney.
Whatever, as long as he's functional when we're done.
Oh, he might not be functional. And in the process, I suppose you can also work on. Actually, I have no idea what would that be to reassemble that stuff. I guess that'd be intel analysis, probably, because you're like patching it back together and looking over it, going, "Yep, this is useless."
It's just monkey work, really.
Yeah, but you're still doing intel, right?
Well, it's after you assemble it, there would be intel analysis, assuming there's intel on it. Craft?
What?
Crafting?
Well, no, it'd be fine. I mean, it's like you said, it's just monkey work. And once you do that, you can assemble it and maybe go, was this a waste of our time? No, now I'm thinking about it, looking at my USB hub, and I'm thinking that's actually pretty old.
So how long is it going to take us to get to Israel from here?
Well, let's see. So the crap.
It's going to be a few hours, probably, at least.
Well, if you are sticking with the WHO people,
Maybe
they
on
are
their schedule.
Yeah, so it's going to be a caravan. They are heading to. Let's see, where was that? That was crap. That was. I gotta find the stupid thing on the map. There's the I believe, what the hell is the city? I'm trying to find the city they were going to.
They're staying in Yemen.
For the time being, some of them are, yes. Some of them are, once you get to civilization and they can get into planes and such like that, they'll be returning to their home countries. I'm trying to remember if it was that one or that one. I think it was the south area. Gadir, Kratar. Former village. Wow, that's wow. That used to be. Oh wow. It's the temporary capital, really?
You are talking to yourself.
I might be
What are we
talking to
looking at?
myself. There is a village. I was looking at the what is it? It's Gadir. Trying to find out where they would be. I wasn't sure. I'm like, oh, that's my fault. They should have. Sanaa.
Well,
Where
where are
they would depart.
Okay, if the so they're gonna look for civilization then. I think Sana'a is probably the bigger town.
Yeah, I'm
But
trying to. I'm
I
trying
think
to
they said
determine if
Aden.
that is.
Aden was the temporary capital.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine whether Sanaa is in control of. Okay, so 2014, the Houthis seized control of Sanaa. Uh, so this whole area is a mess, isn't it? Right, so it does look like it'd be Aden because Sanaa is the capital of the country, although the seat of the internationally recognized government moved to Aden Aden in the aftermath of the September 21 revolution. So it looks like south. Yeah.
Southish. And from there, they're just breaking off.
Yeah, well, they'll be doing the usual stuffs like, hey, this person needs to fill out whatever. Some of them are just like, yeah, I'm going home. Screw this. This is crazy.
Right. Okay. So we hop a flight from there, hopefully, to Israel, or are the flights grounded in Aden as well? I suppose if
checking.
they are, we just get a puddle jumper or something. Again. Somebody in the desert has a plane. We will get on it. It may be duct taped together.
Let's see. So, transportation. City was served by Aden. How do you say that? Is it Aden or Aden?
I'm assuming it's Aden.
International Air Force, former RAF Corpsmaster Station before the Battle of Aden Airport. 2015 military intervention closed this airport. July 22, the international airport was declared fit for operation after the Houthis were driven from the city. So it looks like the airport works.
I guess the stress is on the first syllable. It's Aden.
Aden.
So yes, we can get a flight. Now, will Israel recognize that flight and allow it to land in Israel? And do we have to fly somewhere else to get in?
I believe it's going to end up flying somewhere else.
So we got to bounce around a bit.
Yep. Yeah, that's fine. So what? Yeah, so I'll just say a couple days. Say maybe 2 days. No, it's probably maybe 3 days. Dealing with the nonsense. So you'll be basically arrive there, end up doing whatever. Jumping on one plane that takes you to place number one, get on another plane that takes you to place number two, and then like getting on it to place number three in Israel, someplace in Israel.
We weren't in Tel Aviv at all, were we?
No.
We should go there.
Yes, let's go to where the Mossad is headquarters.
They'll never expect it.
Okay, so let's see. So what is the recovery rate with a physician? It is 1 or 2?
It's 1 per day.
I thought that was normal where you recovered 1 per day.
No, but that's an extra. So with a successful physician roll, they get their natural recovery plus 1.
So it's 2 per day.
Potentially, yes.
Wow, that means
If we have tech level 9 medicine, it can be
No.
3 per day.
that means I've been gypping poor Hurt. I'm gonna have to adjust his hit point level, Daniel. He might actually be conscious. That would be funny. He's gonna get
And highly
conscious
pissed off.
just in time for a firefight that inexplicably show up. Okay, so that's let's say not on Wednesday because you're doing stuffs. 1, 2. So Mark, recover 4 hit points then.
Done.
Yeah. Well, you could
Obviously, it could be a little
roll
bit
it and
better.
see if it's a crit.
I'm not gonna bother. I think that's gonna put him at 10, which is close to his max. Did you actually recover them, Mark?
Yep. I'm at 11 now. 11 of
11.
12. Well, actually, that full up.
You have 11 hit points normally.
That's what I
Not
mean.
12.
Right.
And you're at 6, so you were down 5. So that's 10 of 11.
Okay.
Where are you recovering?
I don't know.
I'm not seeing it on the
Really?
The,
Because it says current attributes 6, 10, 4. I don't know why my fatigue is so low.
that's move, dude. Hit
No.
points. Now you have too many hit points.
How do I have too many hit points
Wait,
now?
you have 13 normally?
Oh, I'm screwing around with my fatigue points over my.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody
That's
ever
what's
does
happening.
that.
Nobody. You're the only one that has ever done that, Mark.
Possible rule set improvement. If we could color code those.
During the various hopping around and such like that, Lynch is going to have reached out to Dr. Woodcomb after a bit of phone and email tag. You will get him on the phone.
All right.
So
I was going to ask about Riley and Medvedev if he heard anything. Because I don't think he was directly helping in that regard.
No, regarding there were the two people. There was the American dude. They've relocated him to a secure recovery facility location, and they are listening to him, listening to Woodcomb, who's doing the keep an eye on him. He might be very dangerous, as very very frequently reminded him. As to the other guy, he's going to be like, "Are you aware of who he is?" He's like this Russian guy. It's like a Russian arms dude.
Yes.
So apparently, the Brits are running some sort of operation involving this dude. They're very interested in where he was at. So
What is his clearance? Is he okay for that info?
Who's
Woodcomb?
Oh, let's see. I don't know. He has intelligence rank 1.
Well, I guess that's something. I guess
And
I
that's
would
pretty
just.
awesome.
I guess I would just say that I'm aware of the British interest.
Well, the boss had no reason not to, hand him over to the Brits.
Okay. Well, that's something.
It didn't stop us from actually digging into. Oh, right. I should probably have shared Awesome's picture. That didn't stop us from doing some digging, though. Apparently, the guys were very interested in finding out who this Vladimir fellow is, and very interested in his finances, shall we say.
Well, what'd you find?
He's getting paid by a whole bunch of different people that he shouldn't be. The Brits, there's Americans, there's French, there's Israelis. So apparently that kicked off some sort of new operation.
Huh. All right. Well, I assume that means he lived as well.
Absolutely, he lived. I'm awesome.
I thought we actually left him behind at the warehouse.
Yeah, but he did the surgery to save his life at the
Right. Okay.
warehouse.
Well, yeah. Who knows what the locals would have done with him? All right.
Locals had no idea what to do, so since that was an agency warehouse, they sort of discreetly stepped in and pretended to be his, hey, yeah, he's totally, we're totally looking for this guy.
Well, we'll take him off your hands. That works. Okay. All right. Well, that's probably all I need.
The other thing that he will mention is he's definitely going to issue a warning about the guys that you were with, because there have been all sorts of uncorroborated sightings of them, doing very bad things of late. Which sort of tracks with the masks. Though he doesn't know anything about any masks.
Oh, right. Okay. So he's actually referencing incidents that we were not actually involved in.
That is correct. Like the one that the not Brit, because you've got two Brits with you. The other one was like ostensibly sighted in Tokyo, taking out or moving against the prime minister there.
What? let's see. It would probably be reasonable for me to leak the whole mask info to the CIA because that lowers the heat on us from them. So I will do that. I'm going to mention the whole mask thing.
Okay, I'm wondering how should let's see. So he tells you he will kick that upstairs then. Although he will also spend some time asking you questions that you have absolutely no answer to because he's thinking of it in medical terms, like, what's it made of? How were they generated?
Yeah, no idea about that. But we have also gotten a similar mask situation from the Delacroix guy, which I believe the CIA was aware of.
Whoa.
Yeah, because of the tie-in with Brezhnev. Oh god, that means Brezhnev's probably got a friggin' mask.
Masks for everybody!
Man.
Well, I'm sure there's probably some image of Brezhnev unmasked because, I mean, he hasn't worn a mask. I mean, he's worked with what? The Russian CDC, so what we know.
Well, I'm not looking at it from the
he's unmasked.
I'm not looking at it from the standpoint of we don't know what he actually looks like. I'm thinking if we are looking for him and we find him, it may not look like him.
Oh,
may not be him. Everybody's got a mask. You guys are going to discover that Brooks is actually wearing a mask.
Under a mask.
He actually looks like Cersei.
Eh?
And then he takes his mask off, Cersei mask off, and he looks like Tyrion. And he even grows shorter.
Eh?
Everybody's like, wait, what?
My brain just broke a little bit.
All right. So that's probably all I needed from him. So I'm going to take that information back to the team and let Brooks know that there's the SIS has taken possession of Medvedev.
I guess he survived then.
And that there's a new operation.
They gave him a mask.
So there are, and letting him know that there are multiple operations for multiple intelligence organizations looking into Medvedev's clients. So that might be something that Brooks could look into if he still has any pull with the agency.
Well, he doesn't technically have any patron or contact, so other than like pulling rank. Actually, no, that doesn't even apply since he doesn't even have rank.
He's low on the totem pole.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's probably above my pay grade.
Now, does Elon still have his patron and rank and whatnot?
Yeah, but they want to have a word with me right now, so I'm not sure where I stand with that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's
and
possible.
Considering you just learned that, according to as far as the CIA was concerned, someone who looks very much like Ilan Baum just tried to assassinate the Japanese Prime Minister.
Well, it wasn't me. I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing somewhere else.
I'm guilty, but not of that.
Exactly. I shot the sheriff.
Well, at the very least, now that you have that information, you could tell him that that wasn't me.
It was the one-armed man.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys have information. You can do stuff with it. In the meantime, we have to make arrangements to get to Riga. And I would like more info on Brooks's contact there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, he mentioned that, and I'm like totally reminded of that supernatural scene. What kind of information exactly are you looking for? What he does? Who he is?
I don't know anything about him, so...
Brooks will fill Lynch in on everything that he knows.
That's not good.
Brooks wants to go home.
He's the juggernaut, bitch. He is blah blah blah. Hold on. There's not a whole lot known about Andrus's past. He does have ties with the Serbian mafia. You'll note I just call it the Serbian mafia instead of trying to pronounce their lack of vowels kind of stuff, as well as several terror cells throughout Eastern Europe. He's a trafficker, loan shark, black marketeer, convicted murderer. He has ties to no real single organization, although he does have a fairly close relationship with Vladimir. He basically is strictly in it for the money.
And please tell me that his primary weapon is a Desert Eagle .50.
As long as it doesn't have, let's say, replica on it.
Yes.
Yeah, in Riga, he is known as more of a Robin Hood type of individual, having ties to local government and law enforcement and stuff like that. So generally, Riga is considered his city.
All right.
Anybody? I think most everybody but Grayson are area knowledge or operational or Middle East. Is that not correct?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, so you're probably not going to be all that familiar with him.
No, so his connection to Medvedev is that he's just a guy that he works with. Do we know that he's the one that arranged for the smuggling the people, or are we just assuming that at this point?
It's more of a presumption at this point because of based off of what Brooks knows about how Vladimir works. If he's going to do anything in Riga, he's going to reach out to Andrus.
Okay. That works.
Doesn't mean he will necessarily work directly with Andrus. He just may say, "Hey, I'm going to do this," and Andrus like, "I don't got time for it. talk to so and so instead.
But he knows what's going on over there, so if it's going on, he would know. All right, that works. I suppose we don't have to wait to get there to make contact.
Yeah, Brooks can probably reach out to him.
All right, then Brooks will do that.
So he's going to be very surprised to hear from you because, based off of all of the information that he has heard, and it tracks with what Brooks knows as what the SIS passed on to Brooks about your cover, where you were taken into custody alongside Vladimir, but you managed to break out, and now you're a person of interest in some other stuff.
Brooks will give some detail to explain, but not too much.
Yep,
And he
so,
will request, if it's a FaceTime call, he's going to request that the guy tug on his face.
Okay. And he's gonna look at you like you're a little crazy and ask if the desert sun baked your brain.
Brooks won't
Long
answer,
story.
and yeah, long story. So what do we want to find out from this guy?
Well, unless there's a reason you shouldn't be asking him, I'd say just find out if he knows about the smuggling thing and if he can give any details. Since I guess you're one of Medvedev's guys.
Alright, then Brooks will inquire.
Why are you interested?
There's things going on. I need to sort of get a grip on what's happening, so I can plan my next move.
Does he know what happened to Medvedev?
Well, I tell you what, if you're on your way to Riga, let's meet up and have some coffee and talk about it.
Sure, sounds good.
He will recommend a cafe that is the one that you recognize it as the one that he's always meeting Vladimir at. It's one of those outdoor cafes.
Where they pretend to play chess?
Well, it isn't quite hipsters, but they're like, going to basically be... Actually, in this particular area, it's going to be probably old dudes and scary dudes.
And sometimes old scary dudes.
Yes, indeed.
It's occurring to me how little I know about Latvia at the moment.
Well, the first thing that you will note when you arrive in Riga is that it's freaking cold. This is a drastic change from the mid 60s or Fahrenheit or high teens Celsius that you have been accustomed to, because we're operating at, the average daily temperature right now is -3 degrees Celsius or around 26 degrees Fahrenheit. So that first step outside into the actual weather, because you get off the plane, you'll go through the nonsense. You step outside, and it's like you are punched squarely in the face by the cold. It's like, oh!
Yeah, it's nope degrees.
I don't know about you guys, but I like that feeling of when you get on a plane and you go somewhere where there's a distinctly different climate. It's like a cool experience, at least for me.
Yeah, it's
It's
one
like
of those
teleportation, but it takes longer.
way too long. Because it's like, what is it? Last year when I flew to Florida, it had been, let me see, Mark, when did you get married? That was the last time that I was in Florida when I flew down to your and Michael's wedding.
2003.
Yeah, so it had been a really long time. And as a result, my brain had gotten super acclimated to the Oklahoma heat, which is just God's own hairdryer. And then I stepped out into that Orlando, Florida. I'm in a swamp heat, and I'm like, oh yes, I can eat the air again.
Is that good or bad?
It was really hard to get accustomed to.
I was going to
Alright,
say,
so
it's kind of disappointing when you're expecting that to happen and it doesn't.
pre-meeting, you guys should set up around the place.
But of course. Unless you're wanting to introduce everybody.
That's probably not a good idea.
Because you don't want to
Okay.
hit. Because you don't want him to meet us, or because you don't want us to meet him?
Are you embarrassed by us?
Grayson will just sort of shrug, not really answering the question.
He's embarrassed by
No,
us, guys.
you guys are cool.
Hear the question mark in there.
You only turned the Middle East into a war zone. That's cool.
It was already a war zone.
You leave a path of destruction everywhere you go. That's cool.
Well, so far you've helped there too. Although
We
you're still
keep
totally
going-
blaming them.
We keep going to places that are destructed, and when we leave there, it's a path of destruction behind us. It's not really our fault.
Okay, so sounds like the three are that's not stealth. That's almost shadowing, but not really.
Well, I guess shadowing would work. I mean, it's going to work the same way. Either way.
I'd say shadowing with bonuses.
Or maybe best of, or worst of.
I guess ultimately it depends on how much Lynch Mahoney and Illan are trying to not be noticed and or fit in.
We're
Uh,
not trying to be noticed and fit in as best we can.
I mean, we need to be there, but we don't need to be necessarily listening in just in case something goes weird. So we don't have to be that close.
All right, so tell me, how does this play out then?
Or probably in a car on the corner somewhere nearby.
I wouldn't wait in the car. I would go to the cafe. Just take a table, on the other end. We're just dudes.
Yeah, but you're going to want to disguise yourself if your faces have been all over the place. Not that this guy necessarily knows that.
Well, thus
Nobody's got my
far,
face.
yeah, thus far, Lynch hasn't popped up in that regard. Curious that.
Grayson will tug on Lynch's face just to make sure.
Slap his hand down.
Leave my mask, I mean my face alone. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, are you actually? Is like Mahoney and Baum doing the disguisey stuff?
You can stand on the corner reading the New York Times.
We're gonna have to gear up again too. Although here, I'm sure Brooks can potentially get us equipped.
Well, during the meeting, he'll ask if he can get some stuff.
I will presume that you all are capable of having the sidearms without any real difficulty. The long arms probably are not currently available at the moment. You'd have to purchase them, punk some dudes, take theirs, whatever.
What about bulletproof vests and stuff?
That's also going to be something you're going to probably need to obtain alongside the pistols and such, or the rifles and such like that.
All right, so we can assume that we have a sidearm, but nothing
Yep.
else.
You don't need anything else. Just don't get
We don't-
shot.
We don't know we're going to be shooting anybody here. We're just here for a meeting.
Brooks will use his intuition. Does he want to go to this cafe or the cafe down the road?
That
The one
has
where the meeting
crap,
isn't?
yeah, that one has crappy coffee though.
If he suddenly feels like he wants to go to the cafe down the road, yeah, no.
That's a different advantage.
Alright, so Brooks will be looking pretty good. He has a nice, fairly contemporary trench coat, or long coat, not trench coat.
Yeah, everybody's had to get coats.
Yeah.
He's a
I haven't
Brit,
had to
so
do
he
that in
has
a long time.
He's a Brit, so he has a scarf as well, and a hat of some sort.
Actually,
Like a beret, probably.
I think Lynch has been in Afghanistan probably, so he's probably been in the mountains. He's had cold weather gear.
Is it a raspberry beret?
Wow.
The kind that you find at a secondhand store?
Stop.
Brooks doesn't do secondhand. So he'll look for the guy sitting, at this cafe. If the guy's not there, then Brooks will go and order a coffee and whatever the local, pastry is for Latvia.
That's a really good question. It's that pastry. You know the one.
In old Soviet Union pastry eat you.
So so Andrus arranged or suggested that you guys would meet at around 11:30 a.m.
All right, so Brooks will be there a little bit before.
So as you are, approaching the cafe from one direction, you will see him basically approaching from approaching the cafe from the other direction. So obviously, both of you had the same idea. Hey, let's go to the place now, slightly early, such like that. He'll give you a friendly nod, do the Russian thing. I remember, do they do the back slapping hugs, don't they?
Probably do the cheek kissing.
And when he's addressing you, it's obviously not going to be. He's obviously not going to be using Brooks. He's going to be whatever the cover is that he knows you by.
All right, Brooks will greet him.
Hi,
You look well.
Yeah, yes, and so do you. And I heard, heard all sorts of interesting things going on. I was expecting to hear from Vladimir, and then I understand he's been arrested, and you on the run.
Yes. I don't know who or what, but we were having a meeting with Mr. Mr. Delacroix. Does this guy know Delacroix by any chance? It's like, would this guy know?
Maybe you're not sure.
Well, Grayson will say, yeah, a Mr. Delacroix and his party. We were meeting with them, and then I don't know. I think CIA maybe. They crashed that event, and Vlad was shot. I thought he was dead, but apparently he survived.
Well, it's very interesting. Do you know how long he's going to survive? I'm not, he's old friend and all, but if he's, not long for the world, then I may have to look into taking over his organization.
Grayson will shrug and say, I'm not sure. Like I said, I took him for dead, but if you say he has been taken prisoner, who has him prisoner?
I've heard conflicting reports.
In any case, I don't think we can count on him being available anytime soon.
Well, that's some interesting news. Not sure if it's good news. Bad
Grayson's
news.
going to read his body language.
Okay.
He might take offense to that.
Yeah, it's like, why are you looking at me like that? Do you think I'm pretty? Am I have to beat you to death with a door?
With the door.
So let's see, the body language. That's just mood, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's subtle things that you would pick up from body language, like is he nervous?
Is his behavior matching his body language?
Based off of what you are seeing there, he does sort of match it, especially, he's very, what's the word? As soon as you are doing, as soon as he gets the feeling that Vladimir may be out for an extended amount of time from the business, and he starts, commenting about, I may have to take over. His body language does shift a little bit toward, I guess you would call, eagerness.
He's seen an opportunity.
Yeah, that sort of thing. It's like, okay. And from what you know about him, he does have a reputation for being pretty damned cruel, maybe callous. Wait, callous is the same thing as cruel.
Not necessarily.
It is in GURPS.
Callous is zero empathy.
Yeah, it's like he has no problem, cutting a friend completely out if it benefits him. So, he is the kind of guy that he will generally stay bought, but if he does have that opportunity, he will totally throw grandma over the bridge.
All right, so Grayson will then say, "So I'm back here. I'm not exactly sure where to go from here. I could do with a little cash, and
We can all do with a little change.
A little cash and some weapons. If you could fix a guy up."
Mark loses character points every time he references a song like that.
Oh, that was a song reference? It went completely over my head.
Over your head, under your radar.
But I don't know where everything stands at the moment, so...
Well, I'm always on the lookout for, really competent people like you.
So what are you suggesting?
Well, you have a pretty good idea of how Vladimir's operation works. I may have to bring you on and see about using you to, I don't want to say dismantle it, because that would be wrong. Maybe absorbing is the more appropriate term.
Brooks is going to, act interested. It's like, Vlad's out of the picture. I'm willing to maybe change sides, sort of thing. I'm interested.
Right.
Ultimately, what do we want to get from this? What information do we want to get from this guy? This is to the group.
I think what we're shooting for here is who got smuggled in here.
And he is going to end up, as you guys are doing either the back and forth, because it makes perfect sense for Brooks has got a freaking acting at 16. He knows how to do this. So you're going to more like ease into the actual stuff that you want, but he will come back to the attack that ended up or injuring Vladimir with a he was meeting with this Delacroix person. That's the guy that this is the guy that Vladimir put in contact with me a couple weeks ago. Question mark.
As far as I know, the Delacroix fella, when the whoever it was crashed the party, he got away. Though
was he behind it?
just so we're clear, Grayson knows that he didn't get away, but this is what Grayson's saying.
Right.
As far as I know, he got away,
Well, technically,
but
he
I
did
think
get away. He got away and left the mask. Remember? You don't know who that actually
this is true. I'm not sure though. One of the guys that Delacroix was working with, he seemed to have it in for Vlad. When shit hit the fan, Vlad was the target. So I don't know if they were behind it, working together. I assume not, because we'll just call them CIA for now. I don't know who they were. They were shooting everyone.
You should have pictures of Riley at least, if not Delacroix.
Where would he have those pictures?
Well, you could get them.
That doesn't look like it comes from a case file.
Well, that's a good point. But well, there have been a lot of sightings though recently.
Grayson will describe the guy, but he definitely got shot up. And then Grayson's going to, as this guy, I assume, starts to describe, what he's got going on. Grayson will try and lead into the people smuggling somehow.
So the pictures you said you do have, you probably do have the pictures. Let's see. I'm wondering, do we actually have any actual pictures of Braggy?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. Because, I mean, he's been on camera. Where did we had him at the stadium.
He was in that. No, Braggy was in the taxi.
No, right. Yeah, he was in the
It was
taxi.
Balder who was in the stadium.
Right.
And then in the Vespa chase with Mahoney.
No, it was Broggy's face at the warehouse in Cairo, but not actually Broggy. If Broggy actually exists.
Well, I'm going to presume that you do have at least some sort of image in some capacity.
All right, then on his phone, he'll bring up these pictures.
Oh yeah, no, we had a dossier on Broggy because we had tracked him to the hotel in Port Said. Or was that Cairo? No, I thought that was Port Said. Yeah, because he was staying in the hotel, and we went into the. That was before the warehouse thing happened. Because he got bagged out front. Or not Broggy. Not Broggy got bagged out front.
So the images that you are doing are who? Braggy and Riley? Are those the only two?
Yeah. Well, they're the only two people that were there, right?
I was just looking there. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, based off, I also did another body language thing, and I didn't even ask you for it. I just rolled it. He does his body language does shift a little bit when he sees the image of Braggy. Like he does seem to at least recognize the guy, but he doesn't necessarily bring it up.
And then Grayson will sort of prompt, have you seen these people before? And he'll point out, this here is Mr. Delacroix. The other one here, I don't know his name, but
It's an American agent. I know that much, but I'm not sure beyond that.
an American agent. An agent for who?
The Americans. I don't know from what I think he's a shooter of some sort.
Well, he seemed to have it in for Vlad. He was the one. He was the one that opened up on Vlad.
Vlad did piss off a lot of people. Let's see. So the other guy, how's he gonna react to that one? It's like the other man does look familiar to me. You're certain this is Delacroix?
That's what he called himself.
You know, the Delacroix that I interacted with didn't look anything like that. I suppose it's easy enough to be, just an assumed name of some sort.
Now, do you tell him about the masks, I wonder?
No. Grayson's not going to tell him. So Grayson's going to go, well, I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Things have just blown up. I don't know what's happening.
Yes. Right, yeah. So I need from everyone else probably an observation check. Wow. Okay. So Mahoney, this is some really, really, really good coffee. That's like the primary thing that he's fascinated by. It's like this coffee is really, really good.
Cool.
Baum and Lynch, however, will note that there is
poisoned.
Damn, I wish I.
He doesn't even know he's dead.
It's that good. Across the street, and there is a fellow who is like on his cell phone, but based off of Baum and Lynch, you guys are so awesome at your observation. He seems more interested in whatever is going on with the conversation between Andrus and Brooks than he should be.
Does he read as cop or does he read as spy?
How would you know that? I'm wondering.
Well, you know how cops are, and you know how G-men are. There's the potential to be able to pick that up. There's an air about them typically.
Well, cops have a badge and a hat, and spies have a long pointy nose
Tuxedo?
and a magnifying glass.
Bigger hat and a big hat.
No, that's just another cop. Yeah, I don't know. There are probably tells that I could not tell you about because I don't know them.
It's like being able to pick out a military guy in a crowd because, you know,
Yeah.
haircut, what he's wearing,
Well, in
how
this
he's
case,
carrying himself.
based off of my questionnaire, is I was like, I really should have said, what
Or are
kind
you
of
looking for a
skill are
skill?
you? Yeah, what kind of skill are you using to determine that?
I could go body language. I could go soldier or savoir-faire potentially.
I think in this
Or
case, body language probably does make the most sense.
tradecraft. What's the other one?
Tradecraft is what I was thinking. If
Yeah,
we're trying to
any-
determine
yeah.
if he's a spy or not.
Yeah, you could do that.
Well, perception based.
That makes the most sense. Yes. Yeah, and bomb can do the same. Yep, as appropriate. Let's see. So Ilan does not get the feeling that this guy is a spy, simply because he's not doing a super awesome job at not being noticed. Lynch, you get the feeling straight away this dude is a freaking amateur of some sort.
So probably a cutout or
Cutout or a criminal or something
Yeah.
like that.
All right. I'm guessing Brooks is probably not wearing an earpiece right now.
No, that'd be a little too
Probably
obvious.
So based off of that, based off, oh my God, you got an 18 in tradecraft. So based off of that, again, totally presume that you are seated in such a way that
Mm-hmm.
as Brooks is looking at Andrus, he can just glance over Andrus's shoulder, and as big as they are, and see Lynch.
That's true. So I'll give him a signal that there's somebody watching.
It kind of feels like somebody's watching me.
Your character is going to be like 100 points when this is over.
He's too busy. Apparently, that was the special coffee.
The coffee fee.
Can Brooks try a observation to see if you can see this guy?
So you gotta break out the table knife and look at him in the reflection.
Brooks could, but it would end up requiring some awkward shifting around.
What he does is he flag down the waitress or something in that direction.
Brooks is going to accidentally knock some cutlery off his table. And when he goes to pick it up, he's going to take a quick, casual glance. He'll then start looking around at tables around him to grab a replacement fork or whatever. And I just looked it up. Bacon bread is called piragi. So
I like where this is going.
that is a traditional Latvian sort of cafe pastry.
Latvia, you guys sound okay.
You mean pierogi?
No,
Yeah,
it
that's
was
what he said.
piragi. That's an A, R-A.
Whatever.
Okay.
Well, bacon bread.
We're probably talking about the same food.
Probably. Are you talking about bacon bread?
Like meat pastry.
Basically, yeah. Bacon wrapped in dough.
Mm.
Damn it, it's making me hungry.
Hungry for bacon.
All right, so when he picks up the fork, he'll have a look and he'll look around the tables for another fork, and he'll snatch a fork from another table, getting a better look at whoever might be watching.
Okay. Yep, you can identify that dude he's on the cell phone, but he seems pretty. He keeps checking every now and then at your table.
So as the conversation goes on, Grayson is going to be sort of looking at, was it Andrus?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll be seeing if Andrus ever looks to the guy. So, is this guy with Andrus or not? He's trying to get some sort of tell from this dude whether guy on the phone is sort of his backup or I hope I explained
Okay,
that.
as you're sort of doing that, he does sort of Andrus does sort of tense up, and he starts looking around. He's like, "What's going on? Is there something?" Your body language may have given him a tell that something, and so he's like looking around as if, "What's huh?"
Does he look to the guy?
And at a certain point in there, it's like as he's glancing around, he looks past the guy, and then his head comes back around like, wait a minute. And when that happens, the dude definitely has a visible reaction that most everybody can see, like, oh crap, I am made. And everyone will hear a motorcycle gun, like somebody, not motorcycle gun, but some, yeah, no, it's like a motorcycle gun. So it shoots motorcycles? Wait, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, why not?
Someone gun a motorcycle engine, and a bike comes racing up the street, and there is a fellow on the back of the motorcycle with he's got the tinted helmet and such like that, and he has very clearly got a submachine gun of some sort.
Yeah, here we go. Time to upend a table.
Alright, so Andrus looks surprised.
He does look a little like, hey, what the hell?
Alright,
He's
so
not the GURPS surprised, but definitely that
he didn't know it was happening. He didn't know it was coming.
Correct.
Alright, so Grayson's gonna try again, just trying to get in good with this guy, develop some trust. He's going to leap from his spot, grab Andrus and pull him down. Get down! He's got a gun.
Okay, so with your strength of 10, you're going to try to pull him down.
I'll judo him down.
He's gonna pull you down.
You're gonna hit him and bounce off. Like, what? What are you doing?
Don't you know who I am?
Do I actually hold on?
But he's doing the whole Secret Service protecting the president thing.
And given that you're not wearing a vest, you better hope it's not necessary.
Yeah, he's not going to try and take a bullet for this guy.
Doesn't like him that much.
I just want to look like I'm trying to take a bullet for this guy.
Okay, so you're going to be doing that. So the first thing is Bomb will be able to react. I wasn't going to put up anything on there because it's very quick, probably, hopefully, he says. These dudes are pretty close. They are probably within short range, I believe.
Which is -2?
Minus
Three?
3.
3, okay. I'm going to attempt to fast draw my pistol. Tried to fail.
You did try to fail, yes.
And
I think
at this
generally speaking,
range-
you want to fail to fail.
Yeah. Just a second. I had to reset my ammo and stuff from the last time.
Yeah, I'm constantly forgetting that myself.
I'm going to fire 3 rounds at. Let's see. Does this count as shooting into a vehicle? Do I need to hit the vehicle, or do I target the driver's
this
initial
guy's
exposed
on a
rider?
motorcycle. He's exposed.
Exposed riders typically -3 in the chase thing.
Is it? Well,
Okay.
this is.
I think.
You realize doing this is going to reveal you guys there.
Yeah, I was
Well-
kind of wondering about that.
And then you're able to do some bullshit maybe. Like, yeah, I brought some backup. I don't trust any of these any of the stuff that's going on. It's weird.
All right, I'm going to fast draw it, but I'm going to keep it down where no one can see it. And wait.
Ah,
So I
right.
suppose I could have just drawn it.
I suppose I am good at
Well,
bullshit.
if you're waiting, whatever your weight condition triggers, then
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or-
I will shoot at them if they shoot at Brooks.
Okay, so Brooks, you go over there and you jump to sort of kind of tackle Andrus to the ground. It's going to be difficult. And I needed to fix that. Hold on, sorry. Something was wrong and I needed to adjust it. He sort of goes down with you. Recognizing, hey, this is a potential ambush, and as he is going down, he is fast drawing his pistol. Let's see. So, what is the thing for shooting? There's no penalty for shooting on the ground, right?
true. Unless you consider it a bad position somehow.
Nah. crap, I didn't put that as a frickin'... Ah. And he will actually take a shot at the guy on the motorcycle. I believe Brian was commenting about the dude's his thing. Okay, that definitely caught him by surprise. Oh wow, he managed to Mahoney. There was a very large bang.
No, it's
Is the assassin on the motorbike?
Number 14 is on the... I should do it this way. Hold on.
Because then he has to make a seated dodge.
What's the difference?
-2.
Well, it'll be a success by 1 then.
Can I shoot the one on with the cell phone?
You can certainly do that if you wish to.
That guy's got a family.
Turns out that guy is just some dude on a cell phone. And you misinterpreted his intentions and everything.
Well,
yeah, I was gonna ask, what are the other patrons in the cafe doing? Apparently, some of them are drawing weapons, but they're not pointed at the bad guys.
is
Most
there a way
of them
to
are
target
diving for
with
cover.
the combat tracker?
Yeah. Click on the... I already did for the guy on the cell phone. You would click on the crosshairs and then drag the thing. Okay. Well,
What crosshairs?
I can maybe dodge 2 of them. I'm definitely not dodging 1 of them.
And that is without my... I meant to add the sight, but I'll take
Click
it.
on what? Click on what crosshairs?
Do you not see the circle with the crosshairs?
No.
So I dodged 2, but I did not dodge 1 of them.
That's funny.
What was your... you don't see that, Daniel?
No.
I wonder if that's a GM
I think
thing
that's
only.
a GM thing.
Oh, he's gonna drop the cell phone.
He's going to drop the motorcycle.
No, that's the guy on the cell phone who was also
darn.
going for a pistol.
But
No, he got the critical success on the dodge. Means he you hit the cell phone with a couple of those shots.
Can you hear me now?
Regardless
That's
of
an
their damage.
interesting situation, though. So they couldn't really cancel each other out.
No,
No,
we only...
I can't.
Yeah.
The critical success is just the first one.
Right, but he got
I
a
can
critical
potentially...
success on the dodge.
Yeah, but that
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's ranged. I just critically succeeded the 2 shots that wasn't a critical hit, right?
What does that
Correct.
normally do?
Nothing.
Okay, why are we even bothering?
I don't know.
I'm just asking because I'm curious. Don't.
You just shooting center mass?
Yeah. I don't know that these guys would have body armor necessarily.
Piercing does
Piercing
something.
plus.
What is that?
Oh, actually,
That's,
I guess I get to roll a d6.
Or, yeah, what is that? Piercing plus is 1.5?
Plus is 1.5, yeah.
Ow, dude. That really hurt.
Oh, hold on. He might get it in the something else.
He might not.
Or he might.
Oh, scheiße. Okay, well,
Now it does say a critical success lets you dodge all hits you took from that attack.
except the
But one of them
first,
was a crit hit, which is weird.
I'm ignoring that.
Are you
Yeah,
going to say
keep going.
that the PCs lose because the bad guys win?
I
Because
don't
that's
know
what you're
which one would
assuming.
take precedence there.
The-
How would that work? Is it the
You
first
err
one?
to the
The first
PCs.
crit counts.
You err to the PCs.
You shot through the
Fa-
heart, and you're to blame, Mark.
Yep.
Crap, now
Favor
I
the
lost
PCs.
character points.
I would say because it says you get no active defense against a critical. So that critical
That is true.
is undefended. But the others, you get a
That
defense
is true.
against.
That makes sense.
That is hysterical, man. He just shot me right through the heart, and that guy went down with a startled expression.
And a drop cell phone.
No,
ruined
the cell
cell phone.
phone exploded because the other two bullets that you went flying, he somehow managed to get the cell phone in the way as he was falling down.
And he
I'll
was,
take it.
and he was shot in the heart, and you are to blame.
Yep.
And now you lose
I
points.
give love a bad name.
One of the some dude that's in the cafe springs to his feet as he is actually. I need to double check. Where's my stupid? Damn it! Where's my stats? That's gonna be ironic if I don't have. That's
Did I
sad.
get skipped?
No, you just go dead last, and Grayson sort of went out of turn with his I'm diving.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Let's see. So assassin in cafe is standing, and surprise, he's drawing his Glock, and I somehow managed to completely not give these fellows fast draw. So sadly for him, that's what he is doing. Assassin on the bike is opening up with his Uzi in the general direction of he's mostly targeting Andrus. Let's see here. So where's that at? There it is. Short range, and then I have is it prone? No, I don't get anything for shooting someone in when they're on the ground, do I?
Yeah, it's -2.
Yeah, it's -2. Yeah, okay. So he comes up there and he goes, "Brap!" Dude, this could miss a lot.
Well.
All right. So I'm going to roll again against a max of 9 to see if any of those rounds are going to hit not Mahoney, but Grayson, who is
Yeah,
right
wherever
there.
wherever they hit, they're gonna ricochet and hit Mahoney because he has to get injured.
No, not Mahoney. It's Brooks because he's right there. He's like sort of on top of dude. Let's see. So that's evidently the dodge. His dodge to avoid. That was not at Andrus. That was actually at Grayson. His attempt to dodge that very loud bang of the Desert Eagle got him all sorts of off kilter.
Yeah, because these guys know who's shooting and shooting with what. They're
Yep.
like, I don't want to get hit with that. I know he carries that.
Assassin on cell phone is still in the process of falling. He has a startled look. He's hitting the ground this right now is with a what just happened? And another guy comes screaming by on a motorcycle.
Now, are they still in the area, or are they actually leaving the area on the bikes?
They are in this case. The two guys on the bikes are coming from opposite directions, as they're like right now they're not quite facing one another. They're doing the shot at Andrus, and then they're probably going to proceed away.
So they actually stopped to do this. This isn't a
Yeah.
drive-by.
Correct.
That'll set off my wait as well. I was waiting for them to shoot in the direction of Brooks.
That's true. Assassin on bike. Actually, there are two motorcycle guys. Both of them are shooting in his direction. So you can pick whichever one to engage at.
Is there any additional penalty other than range?
No.
Yeah,
No?
I don't think
so.
Yeah. There's none that I'm aware of. Oh, good hit.
That's to
which
the
one?
face.
Which one were
Ow.
you going for? One or two?
Driver.
No, they're two different bikes.
Oh.
The first one that I saw is the one that I
Okay,
had my weight on.
number one. Gotcha.
They have helmets, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a motorcycle helmet.
Well,
It's
I'm
not gonna-
pointing that out. Pointing that out for his sake, because he decided to shoot him in the face. They're wearing helmets.
That's not going to help him too much.
Did I have a? Didn't somebody say I had a -2? I think on the bike. Is that right?
Yeah, seated.
Okay, so in that case, both of those are going to hit me in the face.
we'll
What's
roll
the
them
DR
separately.
on the? What's the DR on the
Motorcycle helmet?
Yeah, the visor is going to be like 1, right?
It's probably no more than 1, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically just a windscreen on the front.
Oh,
Not bad.
Motorcycle helmet.
yeah.
DR 6 divided by 3, or 6/3. Split DR, use first tire. No, that's not it. Oh, visors DR1.
DR1. So he
Nice.
did 19 points of damage to me.
Right.
I don't have 19 hit points. So
Well, that's
that guy, you shoot him squarely in the face, and as he's going down, he's like, one of the hands is hitting the thing, so the bike's doing the. Rah! Man, these poor guys. All right, Grayson.
Grayson will draw his weapon. He does not have fast draw.
What kind of super spy are you?
Lynch is like, I'm just going to drink my coffee.
Well, I was actually going to toss the table, but seems like we're already deep in it.
Well, there is a guy here in the cafe that you can see,
Right.
who is standing up and drawing a sidearm.
Well, I think I am going to go ahead and stick with that and knock the table over, primarily toward the submachine guns on the bikes. However, I am going to go ahead and fast draw while I'm at it. So, yeah, and I'm not that great at it. But good enough.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, All right, so you didn't look like a complete incompetent. All right, Ilan. Hey, there's another guy on a motorcycle.
Yeah, let's shoot him too.
Bang, 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 bang.
You need quick shots so you can kill more than one at once.
That would be cool.
It's awesome.
This time I'm just gonna do vitals. Not trying to show off or nothing with always hitting him in the face.
You just want to
Elfwick
mix it up
is
a little.
not showing off. That's just what he does.
Hey, wait a minute. I should be another -3 in there. That'll still hit though. Wait,
Is it another -3?
Oh, I
No,
must
that's-
have hit the vitals button twice and forgot.
No,
to
but
do
that's
the
right
range.
because you got range
So that's
and
correct.
vitals, so that's correct. So I failed to dodge. So you shoot him twice in the vitals. That wasn't fair.
Wasn't it?
Vitamita Vegemins.
Oh, there she is.
That's a lot of hit points that you just did to him. That's a total of 51 hit points, I believe.
×3? Yeah, on both.
He's gonna need a new heart within the next
so
couple
close.
of minutes.
You needed to do 9 more, and it would have been like instant death.
Wow.
But he's at negative lots, so
Almost
he also
instant
goes
death is
down
just as good.
in a. Well, he's also
Blaze of Glory.
mookish. That's sort of true. It was kind of a blaze of glory. They came in and started shooting, and then they all fell down.
There was blazing, but the glory was mostly on our side. Actually, it was mostly Baum.
Andrus is trying to take stock of who's who because there's a bunch of people jumping up and shooting, and these fellows on the motorcycle seem to be going down like flies.
Well, the guys over at that table on the other side of the cafe are defending clearly from the submachine gun fire, so those guys are probably okay.
Now,
Yeah, but he
how
doesn't know who they are. What was your question, Mark?
how did you target?
I think it might be a GM only thing. I have
Ah.
a crosshair option
Gotcha.
on the combat tracker. And I just clicked on it and then grabbed the button and dragged it onto the dude.
That actually would be a margin crit because I forgot my improved visibility or my laser sight.
But you're also going to be at the range of.
Oh yeah,
-3.
you're right. You're right. So that would be a 10 -3 becomes. Yeah, but I think that'd still be 3 hits, but no margin crit. You're right.
He is confident he can do this. Unfortunately, that confidence was misplaced.
And 3 to the chest.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. He's going down. But Mark is like, I'm curious, damn it.
I want to know. Plug.
Okay, so the last of the dudes is going to the last of the would-be assassins goes down with Mahoney's shoosting, and
3 friggin' seconds.
I know, right? There's a great deal of screaming and panic as the people who aren't carrying guns are
Too bad we're
running,
not at a
screaming
disco.
away.
If we were at a disco, there'd be a panic at the disco.
That's across the street, Mark.
Oh.
And Andrus will stand up after making, he's going to probably draw a bead on some of the PCs until he's convinced that they are not planning on shooting him. And as he's getting up, he is going to look at Grayson and say, "I see you didn't come alone." And in the distance, you can hear some sirens.
There it is.
And that's where we'll stop. Okay, so, yep. So everybody will get the 2. Apologies for the weird connection weirdness that I was having. Now that I think I've figured out what the problem is,
Which
I'm
Carrier
less-
entirely missed.
I'm less bothered because I was like, oh my god, I cannot afford another computer right now.
2 points.
2 points, yes, sir.
Then Grayson is going to spend all his points increasing observation and judo.
Judo chop.
That's fine. I have no problem with that. There it is. Yeah, here we go.
This
Have
way,
to
the
look at
next
his,
time we can be
Look at
all of us can be
Andrus's
kung fu
strength.
fighting.
I can't believe I rolled so well I didn't even have to use my new improved extraordinary luck.
I
know,
know,
right?
right?
You had a weird night.
I sure did.
Maybe it's because you just
are you
woke
like
up.
getting over being sick or something?
No, just school.
Yeah, because it's like,
Friday was a long day.
when you were first talking, it initially sounded like, is he coming down with something? I'm not
No,
sure.
that was because I literally just woke up.
Yeah, I understand that. I've had those days myself where it's like, yep, screw
Phil-
this. I'm laying down.
Phil had that day where he accidentally fell asleep and missed the start of the game.
I did, yes. That was, I went to work and I was waiting for something to finish. And I said, I'm going to lay down on our nice, comfy couch out here. And I'll just. Then the doorbell rings and Daniel's like, "Hey, are you coming to the game?" Okay, cool beans. Now we're having
Guess that's
gunfights
that?
in the streets of Riga, in Latvia.
We're spreading to Eastern Europe now.
Yep.
You know, everywhere that you guys go, you fuck the place up.
It's not our fault.
If
I mean,
this
really.
mission takes us to the UK or Britain or England, whichever way you want to refer to it, you guys are not allowed to go. Grayson's
Hey.
going solo.
I was gonna say we haven't shot any cops, but then I stopped myself because they could totally have cops on their payroll, and those totally could have been cops.
Those totally could have been cops. Yeah, he is a criminal after all.
We haven't shot any cops yet. Or that we know of.
I've just worked out another personality trait for Grayson. I'm adding a quirk, likes to dress as well.
Well, of course, he's a James Bond.
Yep. All right.
That's that.
That would be that. Guess we'll pick up next time.
Cool.
Thanks
Stream out.
for attending stream.